So, now to go on the topic, I was actually going to talk about autism, ADHD and unmasking. And yes, I'm walking up the same path I just went again, because I thoroughly enjoyed it. And so much things are changing in my life. I'm willing to change so many things. But this is one thing that's not detrimental or bad, and it can actually be of use, that I would like to do again because it's comforting. Double check what time my meeting is with work tomorrow, and I might go for, depending on the time, I might go for a walk to 900 metres away from where I stay, or go to Taiti Reserve, or search up another place, go for another walk tomorrow. Just depending on what time I'm meeting up and whereabouts. So, makes me wonder, this whole masking thing, right? Now everyone masks. The professional nature kicks into play when you're at the job. Now the autism side kicks in, as I could do these recordings and have the same amount of conversational time with people at work or at the beach or whatever, preferably with those at work, and when I'm with those who are personal friendships, it's best to catch up once a week and make the interaction naturally goes for 2 hours minimum. And I don't time it, but I've just noticed it, 2 hours minimum, 3 hours maximum. And I don't time it, I've just noticed it. Not just now, but I've noticed it over the years. So that's the social battery. Because the whole masking thing is like, out here, it's all good to be fully unmasked, and as well as at home, and as well as with my people who are closest to me, because they don't really set me off. But then because then you got the sensory overwhelm, imagine, how do I put it? I really thought that I was always unmasked because I would let my needs be known. But let's say I was in a conversation with a neurotypical for like 5 to 10 minutes or so, and my needs weren't being met, which was the high majority of the time. But then once we met, like 3 or 4 times, I would start letting them know my needs. Kereru, how you doing, buddy? Pigeon. That was my wrestlers. We had to create a character that was either like a hero or a villain, and some people will take ideas that they've seen on like Marvel or X-Men if X-Men's a part of Marvel, or DC Comics, or characters they've seen on TV shows, they think it's pretty cool, and then they'll just play that character, but they'll name them someone else, and maybe the uniform is not exactly the same as their work attire or their casual attire, and they'll just change little aspects like that, change their name, but everything else in regards to the promos and their backstory and everything is exactly the same. And then you add in the wrestling factor. I'm going to go down here. The wrestling aspect of our wrestling matches. So we had to create a hero and a villain. And another theory, there was 3 theories, I forgot the other one, but of how to make a character. And the other one was, there was 2 others, sorry. So I just said one, and there was 2 others. And one of those other 2 was, like you have all these rules in society and all these things like that, so you abide by them and you control yourself and all this type of thing. But, basically, if there was no rules in society, except for you don't see them go around doing it to anyone else, and it's all predetermined, and we make sure we make enough, we make contact, but as minimum as possible, so that they don't get hurt, so they can have more and more shows to make more money and stuff like that. They say, if that was the case, and then obviously when you do the stuff, they're going to act like you did it with full force. But the crowd's willing to put that whole thing that, hey, they have a fight every week, or 2 fights a week to the side, because they know it's predetermined and the things I just said, but at the same time they know it does take a physical impact on your body, it does have skill. So one of the other 2 was this. If that was the case, if all these things were the case, what would you be like, right? What would be you as a hero, and what would be you as a villain? And you got to have one character of both. It's basically you if all those things were in place, instead of, And so I went by that route. And my hero character was called Swag Master, because he's full of confidence and he's got a lot of swag, and he's and that's all I got to say, because I am the Swag Master, and I got sway type of thing. But then up to the next level, as in and that's all I got to say, because I am the Swag Master, and I got sway. Woo! But then they told me to cut that last bit out, but I got the Swag Master. Got a lot to say. There's this clown out there. There's this guy who thinks just because I'm a great guy, positive and full of self-esteem, that he thinks he could challenge me to a wrestling match, and I won't show up. I won't look him dead in the eyes and take him on and pin him to the mat just like that. Well, I got news for you, buddy. I'll see you next week. You challenged me for the next week? I'ma be there, buddy. I'ma be there. See you there, boy. That's all I got to say, because I am the Swag Master. But then my villain character was Jack Kereru, and that's more like a unhealed, traumatized version to the extreme. ADHD.